Hello everybody. A little video here for the spiritual transitions that's gonna come up. That is the period that began like 2 years ago. It's coming up more and more, and we're gonna have this shift increase. So that I spoke about this shift a while back, like 2 years ago. That was the time when Uranus moved into Taurus and then went to retrograde back into Aries, and now ever since he moved into Taurus, the things are not the same. The things are not the right thing, and people ask me, what is that feels? What is the difference do you right now between the 2 years ago and what happening now? What is that story of it? That is the part of the inner work. That is your part of the things that goes on into, if you know the Jacob's ladder of it, when he's dreaming about and sees the angel goes up and then the angels goes down. That's what this period it's going on right now. It's when you go into the high spirituality, when you know everything, you understand everything that you have to do about your life. What are you going to do? Are you gonna go back into the old way and the old life and the way the old system works? Or you're gonna bring the new stuff with you and you're gonna perform the actions into the world. Um, I mean, for example, if you can take a look at it, some of the people went out from the New Age, they went back to the religion. I mean, we're talking about the Dorian virtue. It is what it is. People will go back into what they are. They can make their own choices. They can make the things for them. Some they were gonna choose to leave the old way and they're gonna go back into the new age. They're gonna like, okay, I'm gonna step in. I know the things. I know the way they work. I know what's working and what it's not working. And that is a this imbalance, if I must say, of what the things are and what the things you inside of you and what is inside of your belief system, first of all, that goes on into. And since like Uranus has been the one that control kind of like a sort of all this energy fields, creates these parts of it. We're going to experience, and beginning this shift right now by the end of 2019, beginning of 2020. That energy is going to begin to increase more and more. It's going to be moving on along. The question is, what are you going to do in your life? How are you going to process in your new things? Some of you, you already figured it out. Um, you're not resonated with certain people. You're not kind of like distance yourself from certain people. You will feel like it doesn't matter what's going on. The path is not like before. The path is not the same. You will be distanced from things that doesn't serve purpose in your life. They're gonna distance from things that they're beyond your control. You distance of things that they not have a value on the soul level inside of you. You're looking for the new things as of it. But since the Uranus is in Taurus, that is going to be your manifestation, how you do it, of what you learn as soul. What did you do? What are you going to be your actions from now on of these positions of it? What is Taurus? You need to understand Taurus is the second year of your life. Into that is the time when you learn all the material things. That is the time when you go around as a 2-year-old and you go ahead and you touch this, you touch that. You understand how the material possessions are working. And this is the time when you kind of like you want to do the learning stuff on your own. But since you learn how to love yourself, now you have to learn that that love has to come down. It's like the Jacob's ladder, it has to come down back into the earth, and that love, you have to share it, you have to give it, you have to go ahead and be who you are. You need to cut it off of the parts of pleasing everybody. You need to cut off the parts of kind of like of being of this environment that suffocates your inner self. You need to become your real you and then create the life within real you. Otherwise, the happiness is not going to happen to you because you suffocate your inner self and you're living to please the society, not to have the real life you want within you. And during this shifting times, you're gonna learn that it's the journey is a journey. You meet people, you get into a people, as long as you don't create your attachments. Um, the attachments part comes in from, first of all, from the biggest attachment. It's, if you take a look at it in areas, that is the biggest attachment when you are 1 year old. You have attachment to who? To your mother. You have attachments to people who help you, who support you, who giving you good words, who giving you this, giving you that. But now you're 2 year old, you're walking on your own, and you don't need any more babysitting. Basically, you need to learn how to go out and learn the things. And somebody has to come with you and tells you, well, listen, this is, for example, if you're the baby, if you're a 2 year old baby, you go out and pull out some box of DVD and you want to open, you want to see what it is. Someone has to come in and say, like, you know what? Hey, here, it's a DVD inside. Let's get this DVD. Let's go here. Let's go play this movie. Let's push this button. And this is how the 2 year old understands to learn. Not like what the society does to the 2 year old. Is the answer is, hey, don't touch this. No, not this. No, 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 no. And it creates that big part of the no, no inside of you into it, and that can affect people's life down the road. Now, this part of no, no, you have to learn how to overcome it inside of you. When you have to say no to the society, you have to say yes to your own self. You have to do this part of the inner work on it. That, okay, I'm a grown up, I don't need someone to support me, I need to find how to support my own self. And this is why it's going to be a hard transition of this period, because first of all, Taurus is a very stubborn energy. So Taurus, it's I mean, if you Taurus, sometimes some of the people who just actually a Taurus, if they say, you know what, you're done with me, then you basically look like a debt to them. You gotta understand this is not like something. The Taurus, it takes a long time to get angry. Once he gets angry, that's it. He becomes the bull and he's gonna run you over. And that energy will be present inside of you. The question is how you're gonna use that energy. How you use this parts of for a positiveness to create the things, or you're gonna go back and you're gonna punch somebody, or you're gonna hurt somebody. That is gonna be a very challenging time for you, Zovid, because if you look at it the old ways, you always blame somebody. You never point the finger to you. And it's gonna be very difficult times, because a lot of the time the people cannot look themselves in the mirror and says like, hey, it is my own fault. The part of growing that's gonna happen in right now, I see that a lot of the people is gonna be kind of like a go back to the old ways, into the spirituality. They're gonna go back into kind of like a, let's do this meditation, let's do this, let's do that. And then in another week or two, you're gonna have to need the same meditations, the same parts. So that the part of the Reiki, it's like, okay, I will help you out, but what's going on with this? I've been helping you out for 4 or 5 times already, and I can heal you energy-wise, but you're still the same. What's the problem? The problem is to understand to do the inner work. That is the part of inner work when you look at yourself, you do your self evaluations. That could be even on a daily basis. That could be like once a week, you kind of like zip everybody and you find time for yourself. Or you can just pack your bags, take a weekend getaway and rent a hotel someplace and go do your reevaluation. Even if you are married, or you can tell, you know what, I just need a weekend off for me. I can just go bolt out somewhere. I need to work on myself. There is something with me that I need to look into it. And that is going to be the part, like the 2 year old is like, you know what, I'll play with my toys. I will figure it out, the things that I need to figure it out. I will take that toy apart and I will go ahead and figure out how this toy is made. That is the transition from 2 year old to a 3 year old when it just grows up. And it's going to prepare you for the next stages that is coming in a few years. So that how you to have the right relationship with others, which is Uranus gonna enter Gemini. But until then, we have to learn this part of self-realizations. We need to do this inner parts of it. And if someone walks out of your life, then they're not meant into it. They kind of like maybe pulling you back, or they can kind of like breaking you down. Some of the people, they're gonna go back into the old traditional stuff. They're gonna go back into magic, or they're gonna go back into the traditional tarot readings and all that stuff. And if you understand the timeline, the way the the last few years has been learning into it, when you know the future, you create a different future reality inside of you that it's based on the assumptions, and based on assumptions, things doesn't happen, then you have issues. The part is you to become first real and take a look the part of living into the reality. The reality is reality. You have to go to work, you have to come back, and you have to live a spiritual life. That's how it goes. Not as something that it's based of the assumptions anymore. Not as to be based out of the part of the society that it says, you know, you need to do this, this, and this. Now you're gonna looking at into this part of it's me. I have to live this life for me, and I have to find the real things. That is the good part of Taurus, because the Taurus wants to find the real things, the real way the things works, and that is a part of this kind of like on the next few years. This part of spirituality that you're going to be working on, at the energy environment that it's going to be, and over the next few years we're going to be learning that curve, that process is into it. That is a part of the inner work that goes in. As far as the ladder goes up, the energy that goes up, specifically I'm talking about here about the soulmates, twin flames, the energies, things gonna be go back into the ground level. It's gonna go back into, did you did the right things? Did you did the right actions? Did you did the right situation? Was this real or not? And over the time, that growth is going to becomes then much more higher. There's going to be some completely new different levels of energies that's going to walk in. Like the past 2 years, we actually got our feet wet. This year, the 2020, is going to be a very interesting year of it, specifically with the retrogrades period that's going to comes in, and we are going to have this period. There is no retrogrades, of course. um, gonna look a little bit more, live into the reality for me, not for someone else as used to be. And to kind of like a wrap this part, I'm gonna be making more videos. Today, this period that it comes in, specifically with the energy that is right now, you need to figure out not to be kind of like mad at people or angry at people. You're going to be looking at for your inner peace. That's going to lead you to the new way that comes in, how you provide into it. If something's going to go down, it's going to go down. It's beyond your control. You understand the universe, how it works. If it is meant to be, it will be. Then accept it. It is what it is. It's the reality. And a lot of people are going to face these things that, well, I want to control the reality. I want to control this. I want to have manipulation for manifestation. Oh, it's going to be my way. I'm going to tell it. It's going to be that right. It's going to be that. It's going to be this. And all you're going to face is this concrete brick stone iron walls on it that you can't even go through it because it's not going to be helping within the reality. It's not going to help within. You're not ready to go and crawl on your own outside. You have to learn how to crawl in inner self, in inner you. And for some, that's going to be very different because you have to learn not to have the attachments. Not to have the attachments, it's a very hard process. This is like you're trying to take the 2-year-old away from their mother. And they're all the time this tyrant, all the time next to mother, and they want to hug, they want to hold your leg, they want to be this, they want to be that, and they all the time wants the things on their own. And some people we have this, will have those kind of like issues. Those people who hasn't evolved, hasn't grown. They have those attachments because they need to be feel secure. And a big part of the growth that's coming up is into it is you to be independent. You not to depend on someone. You need to depend on you, on your things, in your stuff that goes on. And again, as a 2-year-old, when it's time to go to bed, you will go to bed of it. And this is why this peace energy that's coming up now, it's entering the field. It's gonna be helping a lot of people to kind of like learn more to relax. Relax. Everything is orchestrated. The universe got your back. Just go with the flow. People who gonna go with the flow, I mean, they're gonna be feeling happy. They're gonna be amazing. It doesn't matter if they live on their own. They live with their twin. It doesn't matter with anything else. They just go out with the flow. This is like you paddle in the river and you're going down the stream and you're going fast. You're just enjoying the ride. But people who are actually go on and go against the river into it and they try to paddle, it's hard. It's more hard. You have to fight the river. The river is pushing you back into. So my best advice is look at inside of yourself, what you're going to do, what you're going to choose. Basically, there's going to be the choice. Are you going to be acting like the old self, or are you going to be go back into this new energy that was entering, that comes up and brings you this new level of you, you to live into the reality, you to live into better world, you to live create this new better you, because if you want to change the society, it has to begin with you, not somebody else. You gotta be example, and that is the part of Taurus. The Taurus likes to be example. They like to be go on and show off to the world. It's like, hey, this is what I did. I did these actions in the earth. And so I hope this video helps out in the kind of like the community, to help out to understand things, to understand what's going on, especially what's going on inside of you. On the next few years, there's going to be some stuff. I'm going to be make some more videos probably on this over the time, but the question is right now with this energy that it's entering this field into it, if you're wondering what's going on into it, it is about you to begin to live in the reality with the things you learn. with the things that you know, it's time for you to go ahead and create the actions for a better world. So thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm looking for your comments. Be love.